Now, I know what you're wondering. You're probably looking at me like, why is this man wearing an oversized hoodie that's clearly for the unchiseled Adonis and wearing a hat inside of his bathroom, standing here pontificating to me? Well, you didn't know I was related to Eric Cartman. So whatever, I do what I want. But what I'm actually here to talk to you about is what transpired in the aftermath of the car accident. So obviously everybody who has seen the video of what transpired, if you didn't see it, go back and watch that. Now, as for what happened with the car, a lot of people say, well, I hope you got insurance and you got full coverage. They're going to go and give you a check for what the car is worth. Evidently, that's what I thought. Turns out I called State Farm because I thought, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, they weren't a good neighbor and they weren't there because I picked up the phone, I called State Farm, and they were talking about, yeah, we'll cut a check for you. We'll take care of it. Yeah, we'll go to the tow yard and pick it up. Then I called the tow yard. They're like, well, we spoke to State Farm. Turns out you don't have full coverage. You only got liability. So I'm like, wait a minute. You looked at the policy number. You hoodwinked me into thinking I was good. Evidently, I wasn't. So they said, yeah, we ain't gonna take care of you, fam. So I said, oh, well, fuck you then. And then I cut off the insurance at that point. I went on to the tow yard. They told me I had to pay exorbitant fees to get the car out. They told me $511. I said $511. I immediately got on the phone. I went and called Pittsburgh and I got James Harrison on the phone. And I said, tell him, James.
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them?
Hell wrong with them. 500. Where am I gonna get $1,000 from?
What's wrong with it?
So I immediately went and I worked at the King of Diamonds. I don't know how I got to Atlanta, but I went to the King of Diamonds and I was stripping for 3 hours. I came back with the cash, only to find out that they were gonna take $100 off of the final balance for the bill if I gave them my title and trashed the car. At this point, I had a decision to make. Do I try to get the car, bring it to a junkyard, probably take the car apart, and try to sell the parts to see if I can get money, or do I just take the deal that they're trying to give me and only pay $411? I chose the latter, I gave them the money, and this is what happened with the car.
Just look at the car, man. Look like somebody's teeth who hasn't seen a dentist in years. The top row, off-white. The bottom row, blacker than the Black Plague in the 1300s. Look at the windshield, man. Is this what Helen Keller and Stevie Wonder are seeing? Clearly, it graduated from Blind Academy. Let's take a look inside the car. The airbags done deployed. They over there hanging off their respected locations like a scrotum in hot weather. Look at all this stuff all over the place, for lack of a better term. Shrapnel all over the goddamn place. Where was my Timberland powers? Where the hell was my do-rag fitted and wife beater powers? Where was the voodoo coming to a hood near you? Where was the dreadlock powers? Why was I not equipped?
At this point, I went into my father's car and took out my mallette. That means suitcase. Rosetta Stone, Haitian Creole, motherfucker. And I proceeded to take everything out of my car. Now, the original plan was to take everything, because I remember 3 years ago, one of my buddies, I went with him down to the junkyard to go get things out of his car, and he was able to look over his shoulder several times and take the battery out of the car. So I was doing the exact same thing, took all of my belongings out, but I was trying to get the battery too, because I recently bought that goddamn battery, and I don't think it's right that it gets to leave with the car. However, much to my chagrin, this happened.
Just took everything out the car, my suitcase. Took everything out the car just now. I'm hella tight though, because I tried to go and get the battery and they were talking about I can't take the battery out. Had the dude not been here, I'd have schemed and took the whole battery out the car, son. Look at the fresh ass batteries, huh? That shit should be coming home with me, but they playing games, and that's a whole $150 on they playing games on my shit. But it really don't matter. This is the last time I'm gonna see my machine, Rosetta Stone Creole, motherfucker. So, yeah, I guess it's a goodbye to my vehicle.
The goddamn tow man happened to show up as I was trying to take the battery out of the car, and I couldn't get it in time. I should have brought my Duelist Kingdom deck, Joey Wheeler edition, and activated Time Wizard and sent this man somewhere into the past so I can go and get the goddamn battery. Matter of fact, no. If I use Time Wizard, why wouldn't I just use it on myself and send me to the past so I don't get into an accident altogether? You see, this is what I actually had in mind. I should have did that. Activated Time Wizard. But yeah, this man is acting like Scooby-Doo out there, meddling with what I wanted to do. I would have got the battery if it wasn't for the meddling tow man. I took everything out of the car. I was going to take the spare tire that was in the trunk, but I forgot I tied it down. So that was going to take too long to get that out. So I decided to just leave the spare tire there. Ultimately, I didn't pay for that spare tire. It came with the car. So I figured, yeah, why not just leave that there for whoever the hell decides to take the car, which I highly doubt anybody's going to get that car. It's really old, 2001. It's about 17 years old. Who the hell's going to want a car like that anyway? Matter of fact, 18 years old, because you know how whenever they release cars, it's usually like the year before. We have a 2019 Toyota Sienna, and it's freaking March the 17th. Why are you advertising for next year's car? It don't make no sense. Like with video game, 2K19 is coming out in August. Why don't you just say 2K18 and a half? That makes more sense. You know what? Let's not get into that. But yeah, I went, I got everything out the car, and I forgot to record this at the time, so I recorded it in my house. I took off the insignia that happens to be Honda because...
See, I drove a Honda Civic, but what you guys didn't know is that my car was an Autobot. So here's my question. In my time of need, where the hell was Optimus Prime? Where was Bumblebee? Where was Ironhide? Because the Decepticons done showed up and whipped my doggone ass. Man, this shit ain't right. I thought y'all was my people. I'm about to turn heel and become a Decepticon my goddamn self. Cause where were they in my time of need? Where was the Autobots? Roll out. There ain't nobody roll out except my goddamn car into the upper room. What the hell, son? Some old bullshit. Where was my people when I needed them?
See, what had happened is that we didn't have any gas in our tank, and we needed an oil change, so we needed some Energon. We went back to Cybertron, and then when we got filled up, we tried to come back, but we ran into Decepticons. So we started to fight Megatron and Starscream and Galvatron, although Galvatron is really Megatron. And then when we started to fight, we wanted to send Jazz back, but then Jazz ran into Megatron, and Megatron killed him like this.
You want a piece of me? You want a piece? No! I want two!
Megatron killed Jazz, so we had to run away. We fled to New York, but we didn't land in New York City. We were somewhere else. We ran into somebody named Nancy, and she kept telling us, we got Dak, we got Zeke, we got Dez. Tony Romo is the GOAT. We them boys. We gon' win the Super Bowl. Nobody's ever gonna stop us now.
The only thing they about to get is just a Suplex City. And whoever get the car, they better remember this son bitch was mine, son.
After I proceeded to take everything off the car, it was time for a final goodbye to my very first car. To take my father to the scene of the accident to show him exactly what it is that transpired.
It was right here. Right here. The light was red. I looked at the driver over there. Then the light turned green. When it turned green, I put my foot on the gas, and that's all I remember.
What you
From right here. No, I wasn't even in this lane. This is the middle. I was in the right lane over here. There was none of this was over here. I was right here and I was going down this lane. I remember passing this building, and then that was it.
Not in the lighting.
I was old. I'm telling you where I was. You can't tell me I wasn't where I was. I was in the right lane.
You go to hit the phone and
How am I supposed to explain to you what happened when I was unconscious? I was in the right lane.
I don't know why you on the rally, you jumping over here. Why?
How can I explain that to you? And I hit this one, and then after I hit that one, I don't know how I avoided that one, but there's my bumper over there.
Did you hear that? This man gonna sit in the car and tell me I don't know what happened. I was in the left. Like, how you gonna tell me where the hell I am? This man done turning to Mac Morrison looking at me like, you lied to me. Told me you was driving in the right lane. You lied to me. That don't make no goddamn sense. They lied to me. I'm on the phone with State Farm Insurance. Lied to me. You don't got no full coverage. They lied to me. You don't got no coverage on your car. You lied to me. It was only liability. You lied to me. So I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you, Dad? Believe me, we the same blood. I'm telling you what happened. I was at the goddamn red light. The light done turned green and shit. I sound like I'm a goddamn redneck. It done turned green and shit. I put my foot on the gas. I looked at the building on the right. I made eye contact with the driver on the left. And then all of a sudden, TM44 done hit. I'm sleep like a Snorlax on Route 35. 30? Which route was it? I don't want to say it off the top of my head. Well, then again, I already did. So it's out there.
You big dummy.
I needed a poke flute, but ain't nobody went to Lavender Town to bail me out. So I found myself going down the left motherfucking lane or something. Well, I don't know what happened. I wish somebody had the camera footage. I'd put it up and put on the Seinfeld theme. It would be hilarious. Although I'm alive now, so obviously it'd be hilarious now that I'm alive. But if I was dead, it's kind of sad. Probably gotta put on the Undertaker song. But I found myself over here.
And this is what's left of my bumper. The car was right here. That's the stuff that they put on the floor for the oil. That's the front piece of my bumper. I took down this pole, which should look like that. That's no longer here. That's another piece of my bumper over there. This looks like this was, that's what came off the front over there. I drove through, let me come over here. That's a bottom piece of the car. That's a piece of the car that's over there. Over here as well. I drove through that first pole. You see that thing that's on the floor? That's the first area I drove through. Somehow, I avoided this one here. And I drove into where my father's standing, right over there. And that's where the car landed. So I'm trying to understand how the hell this shit happened. And there's the windshield wiper right there. There's a windshield wiper. This way I'm supposed to be dead. So I'm not though. So whatever demons I must have had in my soul died right here. And the birth of a new started right here as well. So more life to everybody out there.
Moral of this story, don't be like me. If you feel yourself getting tired behind the wheel, go to sleep, because the Chiseled Adonis almost became the dead Adonis. Can somebody summon the Dragon Balls and call Shenron Adonis? Where is the Monster Reborn Adonis? Take him to the Pokemon Center Adonis. The phone is ringing but ain't nobody answering Adonis. Alright, because I almost find myself in the upper room. People would have been typing in the comment section, yo, he hasn't uploaded in quite some time. Somebody from my family would have responded and said, well, they called up Baron Corbin and they ended his days because the Chiseled Adonis is too busy being dead. All right, don't be a dummy. Make sure you don't be like me.
What's wrong with him?
So what, son? You know, reality is starting to set in. Like, how the hell am I supposed to get around and get to the city? Like, I don't want to have to deal with trains and buses. I mean, I could deal with trains, but buses, good Lord, I can't get on buses. School is still in session. These high school kids always holding the damn back door. I don't want to find myself in a jail cell because I'm whooping kids' asses for holding the back door. I'll be standing on the front of the bus looking like this is Sparta every time. Somebody in the back screaming, back door, all day long. I can't deal with it. It's getting ridiculous. All right, I'm about to be turning into Moomin Rider from One Punch Man, riding the bicicleta everywhere, okay? I gotta find myself going to Cerulean City and paying $1 million.
Jesus!
Let me go to Goldenrod City and go get my bike over there. I can't do this. Do I have to get some running shoes? Well, how am I supposed to get around, man? This is ridiculous. I ain't gonna Uber everywhere, Lyft everywhere, because the income ain't coming in. What the hell am I supposed to do now? All right, I'm about to lose a whole lot of weight because it's about to be a marathon every day. And again, I did just see Black Panther again. So what if I just start hopping on the hoods of cars and activating HMO3 and I learn how to car surf? And so, matter of fact, no, that's too overt. The police would surely shoot me or, tase me or something. Or I'd slip off a car, of course. That would not be a good idea. It's not going to play out well. Everybody's going to be able to see me and I don't got no Black Panther suit. There's a lot of pigeons in New York, though. So what if I just train the pigeons, make them evolve, and then teach them HMO2? Matter of fact, no, I don't need them get them to evolve. As long as they got wings, they should know how to fly. Well, then again, I don't know if Delibird can fly. There are some flying Pokemon who can't fly. I gotta go out there and find me some damn Pokemon so I can get around, man. This is ridiculous.